Hello guys, welcome to G's art classes. Today we're going to learn how to make a tree with the leaves and branches and sky from the perspective from down to up. So I'm going to start the sketch right now, okay? So because we start from the bottom to up, it goes narrower to up because it's a further, right? I'm going to get rid of this. So I'm going to start from, as you see the image, my friend took it from upstate New York. I think it's a beautiful photo. You can just go up from that. It's a little tilted to the right side, as you see, right? And I see that the light is coming from side, like left to right side, okay? So just simple. You just make, the rough line. It goes narrower to the top, okay? And then there's another branch right next to it, a little band, And why my line is getting different tone is because sometimes, you gotta just think that the line also gets affected by light, okay? So that's why sometimes it's lighter and then some parts that are, darker, right? And then there's another tree over here that even more tilted to the right side, and it sort of like disappear later, You can use your own photos as well, or if you don't have your photo that you like, you can actually use my photos reference that I'm going to put up there. Feel free to use your own photo. It just has to be as easy as my painting, okay? You can't just put one or two trees down in the landscape and then think that you're done for the assignment, By the way, I teach at PI Art Center. So if you guys are interested in registering some classes, you can do that. Fair has a longer version with the more instructions. Okay, branches. You just have to guide some of the branches that are very standing out from the image. You don't have to draw everything, but it's helpful if you draw first and then start painting, Okay, so now there is another branches coming from the trees from the left. So I'm gonna indicate that as well in the image, okay? And then another tree that is thicker over there. So now I'm gonna shade some parts that are darker. So it's probably under here is darker, right? And then here probably darker too. Here too. So we'll have to work 2 weeks to finish this project. So try to work up to the part that I suggest from this video, okay? And we'll finish it by next week, okay? Shading some parts, just casual. So I'm going to show you guys how to make one tree first and then try to show you some other parts by time-lapse, which is a little faster. So don't hate me. I'm going to have shorter version and the longer version probably. I'll try my best. I can't promise. There's another branch comes down. Branch goes this way and this way, okay? And there's other two branches. Then now the important part is that you want to indicate some of the leaves that you see, okay? Leaves. You don't have to draw everything. As you see, it's hard to, draw everything, but you're just showing some important leaves that you can actually make it as a focal point. So think that the leaves are going to be around the branches. So like Like, do you see why I'm telling you to draw the branches? So like, I'm going to draw some of the other trees in the back. In the image, it doesn't really show much, but because it's in the back, and I'll show you how to do this to that, right? So like the front trees to the back of the trees, okay? So see, there's the branches over here, and the leaves are coming from that way. So I'm not gonna do so much, and then I'm gonna shave a little bit over here, okay? So the sketch is about done. We're going to move on to the coloring, okay? Hi, so today I'm going to use brush number 8 to 12, 8, 10, 12. I'm going to start with the number 10. And what I'm going to do is that I normally paint from dry to dry. Basic skills that we do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix some gray color. I mix ultramarine and Van Dyke brown. That's my favorite mix of the gray color. And I start from the side, but like, you know, the tree itself is a warm brown color. So I'm going to use some blue color more into that gray colors to contrast, okay? So I'm going to mix a little more ultramarine blue into that color. So I start from the side over here, okay? So just scrubbling, and then mix a little bit of green. Change the color. Just indicate that that's the dark part. Okay. And then I'm going to mix ultramarine, Van Dyke brown again. Have a little more brown this time. So even though I'm doing the dark parts, you see how much I'm changing the colors. It's a good way to depict some lights and, you know, not to make the painting itself too boring. So I'm going to mix a little bit of purple into that color. You can do a lot of different color with a gray color, you know. So then I'm going to do that. So to make trees, let's say I'm going to use some green color, okay? So what I like to do, I use probably 1/3 or like 1/4 of the brush on the tip of the brush to make some brush marks like that, and then use only the tip to indicate, like depict that gaps in the trees. You see that? So before you do that, actually you have to fill the whole parts of the darker parts. I'm going to just do that, right? And we learned hard to soft edge, so you're gonna mix a little more water. Do that, right? So you make some softer edge here because it's rounded. You don't want to make it too obvious about dark to light, you know. And I'm gonna mix a little more green color. It's okay, sometimes the color stands out a little more. It's not the end of the world. So like, don't get too worked up about it, you know. Now I think that here I want to put some green color, so I just erase that part before it's dry too much, you know. I'm using clean brush to wipe that out, okay? And then I'm going to use a red into that green color, which makes a brown color, right? And then I'm going to mix that ultramarine back into that color, so I make a nice gray color to put it right next to that. Okay, sometimes you can add more colors to the ground that you made, which we're doing wet on wet skills that we learned. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it down. Do a little faster this time. Mix a little more green color to do wet on wet again. Okay, and then I'm gonna mix ultramarine blue into the color again. Put down the color. That will contrast the brown color later because I'm showing the temperature of the color. So my friend said, like, what is the temperature? And it is a little temperature, hot and cold. Hot, a little warmer color, which is brown, red, and yellow color shade. The colder color you have a lot of like blue and like cold purple, like those kind of colors are the colder color, I'll say. So anything with like more blue, that's colder color. Okay. Okay. Now, let's say I'm doing the back trees. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix a little more water to the gray color that you already made. And because I have to put some leaves, I'm not going to fill the whole part that you see the image. It's not like wholly dark on the side, right? So mix more water, make it a little softer, and I put that color as well. Fill that part, other parts as well. So I'm going to fill some other parts more, speed up faster, and I'm gonna stop over there for the other parts, and I'm going to show you how to make a tree, and then I'll move on to doing the time-lapse part. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mix a little light green color, mix it to yellow, and then you see, like, do you remember, like, oh, you can check if the paper's dry or not, is that when you touch it, the temperature's a little cold, right? That means the paper's not dried yet. When you touch it, it's not that cold, it's dried. Okay, so I'm going to make a little leaves over here. Okay, I'm using tip of the brush. Okay, tip of the brush. Use colder green color or green color to bring that light out. Doing a little bit other leaves around it, and maybe over here too. I'd say some green color over there. Then you can mix a little bit of darker blue color into that color, right? So changing the green color is really important though. If you don't change your green color, it's gonna just make it look like elementary school painting, right? So now we're moving on to the body of the tree on the brighter side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use yellow ochre color, which is a little earthy yellow color that you see from your palette. Mix a little bit of orange, like, you know, brown color into that color. And then you mix a little bit of more water than you think, and then you dip into the paper towel. You start making the shapes of the trees plus highlights, okay? So again, using tip of the brush plus one third or 1/4 of the brush of the body of the brush, and then I mix a little more brown color into that color that I just used. So you're making little more vertical brush marks, and now you're going to use a little more brown color, and then you do horizontal brush marks, and you make some lines too. Okay, and then you mix that gray color you used. Okay, and then bring that out to the right side. Okay, and now I'm going to use a little more green color into that color that I used, and then bring it down. Then bring it down. I might break down the video after this so that I can upload and have another one upload at the same time so that you guys don't have problem following up with the instruction. Basically, vertical line and horizontal line repeated. Okay, then I'm gonna mix a little more brown color to bring it darker underneath the leaves so that you're showing the shadow of the leaf, and also indicate some darker parts of the trees. Okay, you see how much I'm leaving some highlights over there? That brings the sparkle to the painting. Okay, now you bring that little darker color to a little bit of left side, not too much, okay? Not too much. And then mix into the yellow ochre, which is the earthy yellow color that you use. Okay, and then that's too dark, so I'm gonna clean my brush and dip into the paper towel and then wash it out a little bit. Okay, see that? Okay, now I'm going to cut this video and then move on to the next video so that you guys can actually fully watch how I actually make this tree beautiful. Okay, bye.